I started Culture Connect was, first of all, it was to create opportunity for Indigenous people on their homelands. Being a tour guide throughout the country for over 25 years, I could actually see that it was a way of bringing Indigenous people back to their homelands and giving them some opportunity through tourism in the form of tour guides or perhaps hosting people out on country.
Well, tourism means a few things. Firstly, showcasing our culture to not only the Australian people but also people from around the world, educating them at the same time. We are able to share that knowledge. It's been handed down and passed down for many generations. It's just good to be able to connect both our culture and the modern day culture that's happening now.
I could actually see that there was a huge demand, especially from overseas travellers, wanting to connect with Aboriginal people on their country. About 10 years ago, I was ready for it because there was plenty of experiences that were on offer, especially in North Queensland, where I could take people to experience intimate, genuine Aboriginal experiences with the traditional owners. And throughout the last 10 years, I've been fortunate enough to aid some Indigenous groups, traditional owners to get back on their country, to be able to offer tourism experiences. And without that, they would be still living in the communities or in the big towns. So I used to see it as a way of not only people connecting with Aboriginal culture, but also Aboriginal people connecting with their own homelands.
Tourism means to me, gives us an opportunity to get back to our homeland and showcase our country to the different people from all over the world and also around Australia.
Over the years, living in some remote parts of Australia, I see that the opportunities for Indigenous people are very limited, especially around the communities and the townships. And I've seen how tourism can encourage, especially some of the young fellas, the young folk, to come back out on country and connect with their own country and have pride in their country and their culture. And when you take people from either interstate or from around the world to showcase their culture out on country, they really shine. They come alive, and just to have that pride in their culture is something that personally that I get a lot of satisfaction out of. I believe that tourism is a great way for Indigenous people to be involved in their homelands, to get connected with their homelands, and to have some sort of lifestyle out on country these days. So Normanby Station is a cattle station located about an hour and a half drive northwest of Cooktown. It's about 31,000 hectares, and it's a very rich and varied landscape that contains some very exquisite rock art and some also the Indigenous ranger sites where they're helping to protect the Great Barrier Reef from the sediment runoff caused by erosion from cattle and feral pigs and things, feral horses out there as well. I got together with the Harrigan family a few years ago, and they've always been keen to have some sort of tourism experience out on country there. And we started half-day tours out to some of the rock art sites out near a place called Bull Creek. Now these are very small, intimate rock art sites, so we keep our groups small. They're very spiritual. There's figures there that we still can't really explain. And we're still trying to get anthropologists out there to try and date some of the rock art. So it's very exclusive. We're the only tour company that have access out to these rock art sites. And we're very pleased that we can take people to somewhere where virtually no one else has been.
Being back out on Normanby Station is a big privilege. It now gives me the opportunity to look after the country like my ancestors did, whether that's through fire, erosion control like we're doing, protecting our cultural and sacred sites, be able to look after the land, I suppose. Yeah.
It's a very integral part of Culture Connect is offering these experiences to Normanby Station, and I'm very honoured and privileged to be working with the Harrigan family.